Once again, good day. Welcome to another edition of Industry Visions. Fire door drop test neglect is fanning the flames of liability in industrial plants all across the country. These doors need to be inspected on an annual basis. Here is our special guest today from the International Door Association, Mr. Dan Beckley. Dan, welcome.
Hi, Alan. How are you today?
Fine, Dan. And to start off, Dan, give us an overall description of what is a fire door in its purpose.
Fire door is meant to be a barrier compartmentalizing a facility so that in the event of a fire, it doesn't spread from one section to another section, protecting property and life.
Now, Dan, who basically requests this annual test, if you will? What code authority does this fall under, if you would?
It's referred to as the NFPA 80, and it's a code of the National Fire Protection Association, Section 80 of their code, and it stipulates that a fire door, at a minimum, should be inspected annually.
What's the reason for the inspection?
Well, it's to make sure that the door is operated properly and that in the event of a fire, it will drop and it will create the barrier that it's intended to.
Okay, Dan, give us an overall idea of how this test is conducted.
Well, it's a three-part test. The facility manager or owner would request an authorized door company to come in and perform the inspection. And they first visually look at the door to make sure that it's not been damaged, that it was installed properly, and everything looks good on the door. The second part of the test is to inspect the operation of the door, and they run it up and down to make sure that the door is operating the way it was designed to. And then the third part is actually the drop test, where they simulate a fire condition and the door goes through its automatic dropping mechanism, and then you've confirmed that the door is operating as intended. And once you've completed the inspection, then you have the peace of mind and the documentation that your doors are operating properly.
Fire door drop testing, a critical mandate for liability protection for industrial plant owners across the country, to abate that clear and present danger of fire in industrial plants. Dan, I want to thank you very much for being with us. For the International Door Association, Alan Mark for Industry Visions, goodbye, everybody.